we talked about sort of Caitlin Clark and the idea that people are already, either making excuses for her.
You're scrolling through WNBA highlights when suddenly Elle Duncan's voice cuts through the noise. She's not just talking, she's fired up. Why? Because someone dared to mention Caitlin Clark as an MVP candidate. But here's the kicker. Elle's not mad at Clark. She's defending her. What could make a veteran analyst like Duncan go to bat for a rookie? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video.
You did not overestimate Caitlin Clark's talent. You underestimated the talent of the...
Here's the thing, this isn't just about one player. It's about shaking up the whole MVP game. Is the WNBA ready to change what makes a player the most valuable? That's the question on everyone's minds. Let's talk about the key players in this debate. You've got Elle Duncan, the passionate analyst who's not afraid to speak her mind, her co-host who dropped Clark's name in the MVP conversation, and of course, Caitlin Clark herself, the rookie who's turning heads left and right. So, what's got Elle Duncan so fired up? What's Clark doing that's got everyone talking? Stick around, because we're about to dive into the storm that's hitting the WNBA.
Soften the blow for her or make it more comfortable for her because she's gonna help them get more money and she's the reason they're getting charters and blah blah blah.
The WNBA's seen its share of standout rookies, but Caitlin Clark, she's in a league of her own. You might think you know her story, but the numbers tell a tale that's got even the veterans doing double takes. What's she bringing to the court that's got everyone from fans to analysts buzzing?
And I was so glad we had this conversation before that game because while yes, she still had another 8 turnovers and she leads like history. She's made history for the most turnovers.
Let's break it down. Clark isn't just leading the league in points or assists. She's dominating both. We're talking about a rookie who's already notched 2 triple-doubles. That's not just good, that's historic. But wait, there's more. In her last 6 games, Clark's been on an absolute tear. We're looking at averages of 24 points, 9 assists, and 5.8 rebounds per game. And her shooting, it's off the charts. She's hitting 62.2% from 2-point range and 40.7% from beyond the arc. Those aren't rookie numbers, those are MVP numbers. Now you might be thinking, sure, she's got great stats, but what about her impact on the team? Well, that's where things get really interesting. Remember the Indiana Fever last season? They were struggling, finishing with a 13-27 record.
We saw some of those logo threes. She was shooting much better than she was in her first 2 games. Like, this is how we're gonna have to measure success.
Fast forward to now with Clark in the mix and they're sitting pretty in playoff contention at 18-16. But it's not just about the win-loss column. Clark's presence on the court is changing the entire dynamic of the Fever. Her teammates are stepping up with multiple players now consistently scoring in double figures. It's like Clark's not just playing the game, she's elevating everyone around her. And you know what's really wild? This isn't just about one player having a hot streak. Clark's performance is forcing us to rethink what we expect from rookies in the WNBA. She's not waiting her turn or learning the ropes. She's leading the charge from day one. And that's exactly why Elle Duncan's so fired up. Because when you look at what Clark's doing, the stats, the team transformation, the sheer impact on the game, it's hard not to wonder, are we witnessing the birth of a new WNBA era? The MVP debate just got turbocharged, and Elle Duncan's at the wheel. She's not just arguing for Clark, she's challenging the very definition of valuable. What if the real MVP isn't who you think it is? Duncan's case for Clark might make you see the game in a whole new light. Elle Duncan's not throwing around empty praise. She's got a solid case that's shaking up the WNBA's MVP conversation. Her argument? It's not just about personal stats, it's about elevating the entire team. Duncan's point is clear. Clark's value comes from her ability to create better scoring opportunities for her teammates. It's not just about how many points she racks up, but how she transforms the game for everyone on the court. But wait, what about A'ja Wilson? She's a scoring machine, no doubt, but Duncan's pushing us to look beyond individual numbers. She's saying Clark's impact goes deeper, making her whole team better. You might be thinking, doesn't that mean Clark's MVP case depends on her teammates making shots? Duncan's got an answer for that too. She argues that Clark's not just passing, she's creating prime shooting opportunities. It's like she's serving up shots on a silver platter. This debate isn't just about Clark or Wilson, it's about redefining what makes a player truly valuable. Are we ready to look beyond the box score? Duncan thinks we should. Think about it. We're used to MVPs being the ones with the most points or the flashiest plays. But what if the most valuable player is the one who makes everyone around them better? That's the question Duncan's putting on the table. It's not just talk. The numbers back it up. With Clark on the court, her teammates' shooting percentages are up. The team's overall performance has improved. She's not just playing the game, she's changing it. This isn't just a debate about one season or one player. It's about the future of basketball. How do we measure value? What makes a player truly irreplaceable? These are the questions Duncan's forcing us to ask. And here's the kicker. This conversation isn't staying in the WNBA. It's spilling over into how we think about basketball as a whole. Clark's rookie season isn't just impressive, it's revolutionary. Caitlin Clark's not just changing the scoreboard, she's changing channel surfing habits. With over 1 million viewers tuning in to watch her play, she's become a human lightning rod for attention and controversy. What's really behind the Clark effect? Let's talk numbers. When Clark steps on the court, WNBA viewership skyrockets. We're seeing an average of 1.099 million viewers for games featuring Clark compared to just 414,000 for games without her. That's not just a bump, it's a seismic shift in the league's popularity. But with great ratings come great responsibilities and a whole lot of chatter. Some folks are whispering about negativity from veteran players. You might be wondering, are the WNBA stars feeling threatened by this rookie sensation? Well, hold up, Rebecca Lobo's got something to say about that. She's not buying the jealousy narrative. Lobo's putting it out there. It's a false narrative. I don't think there's any jealousy or pettiness that is fueling dirty play. She's drawing a line between competitive play and petty behavior. And she's not alone in defending the league's reaction to Clark. Kendrick Perkins is stepping up to the mic, calling for a timeout on all this negative talk. He's urging everyone to pump the brakes on accusations of pettiness. Perkins is clear. We need to be more careful with our words when we're talking about Clark and her impact. But wait, there's more to this story. Elle Duncan's not just defending Clark, she's calling out unrealistic expectations. Duncan's take: Clark's getting the coverage she deserves, plain and simple. But she's also pushing back on the idea that veteran players should be falling over themselves to praise Clark. Duncan's point: respect is earned, not given, even for a rookie sensation. So what's the real story here? Is Clark's rookie season a rising tide lifting all boats, or is it causing waves in the WNBA? The truth is, it's probably a bit of both. Clark's impact is undeniable. She's bringing new eyes to the game and challenging what we thought was possible for a rookie. But she's also sparking important conversations about respect, about recognition, about the future of women's basketball. Clark's not just playing the game, she's changing how we talk about it. Caitlin Clark's MVP buzz isn't just shaking up the WNBA, it's challenging how we define basketball greatness. This rookie's not waiting her turn, she's rewriting the playbook on what it means to be valuable. Think about it, Clark's impact goes beyond stats. She's elevating her team, boosting ratings, and sparking debates that reach far beyond the court. She's making us ask, what really makes a player MVP worthy? As players like Clark push boundaries, our view of basketball excellence is evolving. It's not just about who scores the most points anymore, it's about who changes the game. So here's the million-dollar question. As the WNBA enters this new era, how will our understanding of value in basketball shift? Clark's season isn't just impressive,